If you feel guilty about hating your 9 to 5 job, this is the harsh truth that it's not you, it's just the way work is designed. And I'm gonna tell you why. So when you wake up in the morning and you hear that iPhone alert, that alarm, oh my God, that does something to me every morning. Like to the point where I had like the normal one. What's the normal one sound like? Like din-din-din-din-din. Like I had to change it because I was waking up so angry. Like I was ready to throw like every morning. So I had to like change it to like a nice little like ding ding ding, like a cute little jingle because that regular iPhone one, I've had it for years. And people would ask me like, "Why don't you change it? That's so ugly." And I'm like, "I don't know. It really like gets me up with like a sense of like, oh my God, we're and I realized, bro, that's probably why I'm pissed because it's like blaring in my ear. And I'm like, can you calm down? Anyways, so let's get to business. Why do people not want to work 9 to 5 jobs anymore? Like in 2025, I've seen a lot of, videos of people just kind of being like, I can't work a 9 to 5. Like, I can't do this. And I don't know, I just kind of felt seen in a way. And I was just like, let me go ahead and just like talk about my experience. Obviously, I'm not going to drop any like names or anything like that, but I've felt that a lot of times in my, just being in the workforce. So let's start with the fact that what do I want to start with first? The fact that it literally feels like your job just being there is sucking like your life out of your body. Can we talk about that? Because I feel like that's not discussed, or it is discussed, but like on a spiritual level, like it feels like my body is becoming like I'm dying, you know? And it's not even coming from like a lazy type of perspective. It's just because I have my routine in the morning. I'm very much like a routine person. So I make sure that I get to where I'm supposed to be and I follow, I'm a rule follower. Like, it's really not, what am I trying to say? It just sucks the life out of you just sitting in a cubicle and being in an environment that basically you're forced to be in because of whatever whatever your life circumstance is. So that's kind of the main thing I want to talk about here. But also too, yeah, I don't know if you work in like an office or if you're, working on the like outside construction or wherever, but there's just a certain feeling that you feel of being caged and you're trapped, like you can't get out. And I feel like a lot of people go through that, especially office workers. Like, there's nothing like sitting in your desk or your cubicle and you're just staring at your paper and you're accidentally reading the same sentence over and over because you're like, oh my God, like I can't shake this feeling of feeling like I don't want to be here. Like my being, my body, my soul does not want me to be here. Like, what could I be doing? What should I be doing with my time instead of reading documents? Your mind just wanders. Like, you can totally tell yourself, like, I want to do great at my job. I want to be the best. I'm gonna try my best, be on task. And your mind, it just starts going through the things, especially when it's, quiet, a repetitive type of day. So if your day consists of the same type of routine, not really much moving around, you can really start to feel like stagnant and just like you're reliving the same day. And your mind can just wander and be like, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing right now? So if that's happened to you, raise your hand. The elephant in the room. Poor leadership, poor management. Let's talk about it. Because why is it that that happens more often than people would think? Like you go to college and you're like, okay, I'm going to pursue my dreams and being this in this major and working this type of job. And you do all this work and then you get to where you really want to be. And then you realize, oh, the people that I'm working for are actual like pieces of like poo on the floor. Like, why? Why does that happen? It's nice though because you can meet people along the way, different connections that you probably never even like would come across. So that's also a good thing about working like for either a big company or just having a lot of coworkers or whatever, you never know who you'll meet. So that's actually a plus. But for majority of people, it's like you can't trust your coworkers. Or maybe you can, and then you have like this coworker that you confide in, but then you guys are both in the same situation. So, at least you get to like kind of cope with somebody during that experience, but it doesn't take away from the reality of like maybe both of y'all need this job and that's just what it is. And you guys are both just thugging it out together because that's it. Like you don't know what to do. And your managers, your leadership, they just, they don't care. They don't care about your improvement. They don't care about helping your performance. They just want to tell you to perform better and to do what you need to do. But do they want to lend a helping hand to actually help you succeed like they usually say they're going to do? Clock it. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I ran into that a lot, and I know a lot of other people have as well, especially people not only online, but people that I know personally have ran into that. And it's just whole lot of expectation, but you're having expectations on all of your employees, but you're not really fulfilling your side of the bargain where you promised during interview. It gets to a point too where you're like feeling like you're faking everything. You're playing in everybody's face. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna just say Barbara. Hey Barb, how you doing? Hey Barbara, like what's up? Like you don't want to talk to Barbara. Actually pause because Barbara actually might be a nice lady. Barbara might be the coworker that you actually confide in. So hold on. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's just like you have to feel like if you show any sign of weakness or you show any sign of like that you're fighting demons, like it can be docked against you. And it can be, you know, used to create some type of vendetta against you. So you honestly, a majority people fake it. They fake liking their coworkers, they fake liking their leadership management, they fake liking their position. And at the end of the day, how long are we at work? 40 hours a week. Some of y'all, if y'all are like, have different schedules, some of y'all more than that, 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week. So let's do a little math real quick. You're at your job more than you see your family and friends. Your job is basically your second home. So you mean to tell me that we faking our whole lives? Is that what's going on here? That's exactly what's going on. To keep it a full buck with you. And that feeling of feeling like you're like, oh my gosh, I'm chained to this job. I'm caged here. I'm trapped. That is an easy downward spiral to depression. Depression, anxiety, panic attacks while at work. Oh my gosh. You know how many people probably go to the bathroom and cry? And that's so normalized. People are just like, you know what? Take a smoke break, cry, use the bathroom for 10 minutes. And it doesn't really, it's like a little quick fix. But the thing is that it doesn't fix anything. It doesn't fix anything at all because you're still like, okay, after this 10 minutes, I have to go back into whatever I'm doing and just like be there. So it can really cause somebody to mentally deteriorate. And to me, that's just so sad. It's happened to me quite a few times. And unfortunately. But the thing is like a lot of people just kind of stand with it. And a lot of people don't wake up and see that it's actually happening, especially people from the older generations. It's kind of just like, man, y'all just need to pick up your shit and work. Get to work, bro. Over here crying, make a buck. Like, it's just, I don't know. That is true. Bills need to be paid. But it almost seems like this has gone on to the point where people are now trying to starting to realize like, yo, my life is already mapped out for me. I'm thinking that I'm creating this life for myself. I'm thinking that I'm good because I have this blueprint. But the thing is like your life is technically already mapped out for you if you're aspiring to work a 9 to 5 job. Keeping it a full buck. How do you cope with it? I ain't got nothing for you. Nice. How I cope with it, to be so real with you, is this channel. This channel literally helps me cope with basically my life kind of being mapped out already. My, feeling that soul sucking feeling, the cage feeling, all that stuff that, we talked about basically right now. This is what helps me. Be creative. Pick up pick up the hobby that you had before you started working this job. Pick it up again. Start drawing. Start singing. Start working out again. Go outside, touch grass. Whatever you like to do, start doing it again. Because I know that you stopped doing it. When's the last time you talked to a friend? Ooh, yes. Let's talk about that for a second before I get into my other how to. It becomes very isolating, this feeling. And I know that you probably feel like that. And I've felt like that too. And the thing is like, it's almost like you feel insufferable because you're like, oh my God, like I'm in this rut because of my job and I'm not living my dream. And that too, maybe like an ambitious person, you probably are, or a person that just like always wants better. It really just like kills your whole vibe. Like you don't want to hang out. You don't want to talk to nobody because you feel like crap about yourself. And for me, I don't like to put that on others. It's really not a fun thing. Just because you're having a bad time don't mean all the other people got to have a bad time. Call that avoidant or me doing it to myself, but I know that some people can like realize like, nah, I feel that. It makes you just want to step back because you feel like you're contagious, you know? Whatever you do while at work, do not look at the time. That's one of the biggest things that I've learned is, especially at a job that you're like, oh my God, do not look at the time because that just makes your day worse and longer. And try to, I'm not sure if you're in a customer service industry or whatever, but if you are, I'll just speak for myself. Focus on that one nice customer. One nice customer literally has transformed, my anger and my day. That one person. And at that point, I just kind of focus on that throughout the end to carry me to the end of the day to when I clock out at 5. And, you know, I know it's minuscule and I know that it sounds kind of stupid as well. And you're like, bruh, but I'm telling you the little things that because mind you, we're in this situation and there's not really much that we can do. But what we can do is look at the things that are happening around us and try to just be like, that was nice. Or even like the weather, the sun being out, being like, okay, I mean, at least it's sunny out. Like at this point, that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm just looking at things like, at least this. Say that in your head, at least this. When a negative thought or thoughts come at one time, say, at least this. It kind of like alters, it plays with your head a little bit. You kind of gaslight yourself. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna be gaslighting ourselves. But what I want you to remember is that it's not for long. It is not for long. This is not your forever job. I'm telling you, there's something better for you. But that's how I would manage it at work. I would focus on the positive things that happen to, occur throughout the day. And when you go home, kind of just throw it all away. Like how they tell you at work to leave outside personal issues at the door. Leave work at the damn door. Leave work at the door. Do not bring that home with you. It doesn't even deserve for you to bring it home. You have your own life. Live it. I would just say to take it one day at a time. And obviously, I mean, we can totally make this a separate video on how to manage toxic work environments. We could totally do that. If you have somebody, like vent, talk to somebody. I know that you feel isolated, but if you have one person that you can talk to about this and get all those emotions out of your head, um I've had that and that's really helped me, especially if that person is a good person. They're going to pour life back into you and they're going to make you feel seen and be like, okay, I totally understand where you're coming from. How do we fix this? Like, what can we do to, you're in the situation, How do we make it slightly better? A lot of the time, people are chained to these jobs because, bills, you got kids, you're in a relationship, like all of these, say maybe you're really not experienced in anything else and this is what you have. Try to dig deep on what you're good at. Try to look at, because you're good at something. You're good at something besides what you're forcing yourself to do right now. I guarantee you are. So look at all the things that you like to do. Look at all the things that unfortunately maybe you don't necessarily like to do or you didn't realize that you liked, but you can look at it and be like, well, I am good at that. Maybe I actually like being good at something might make me have a liking for it and I can go ahead and try that. Do some research. Like dig in deep. Unfortunately, too, it that, isolation and that depression that you might feel, it actually makes you look withinward because you're always by yourself. So that you have nothing but time to look inward. I just hope this resonates with people as much as I feel like it will, because the thing is that what the beautiful thing is about the internet is that we all think that we're so different, but the internet proves that we are the same. We are the same people in different skins. A lot of us share the same ideals and thoughts with different skins. And there's something so kind of just cool about the fact that there's certain topics and ideas that we can all agree to. And YouTube especially allows us to just kind of go like gather. No more faking happiness. No more faking happiness. You are good at something else. You love so many other things that you can create. Just create. Like, even if you're not a creative, I guarantee you that you can make something out of what you have to offer, is what I'm trying to say. Just know that we're going to live our dreams and we're going to be happy and we're not going to have to fake it anymore. We're speaking this into existence, but you also have to do the work. You also have to do the reflections, do the work, see where, you know, all the things we talked about, put that into work, but also continue to repeat to yourself that you are no longer going to have to fake this funk and this happiness or just any of that. You're going to just be able to live it. Life is life is late. It just needs to catch up with you. You already have everything. Life just needs to catch up. I said this in my last video actually. But if that resonates with you and you're like, "You know what? Right. Like this is not for my forever job. This is just temporary. I'm going to build something bigger for myself." You already have it. It's within you. Just find it. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. We need this. Both of us. But all right, that's all I have for you today. Definitely comment down below if you've had like toxic management. I would love to read stories because there's so many. But all right, I'll see you next week.